Hiya!
Hello!
Welcome to Geeky Girls Knit and Cross Stitch. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Dammy, also known as Dammy's Doodles.
And we're glad to have you today. Today is Wednesday, the 18th of March, 2020. Yes, it's not Thursday, it's Wednesday. And this is episode 388. We'd like to say a big welcome back. We love you guys. To all our returning viewers, and a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. We hope you enjoy the show. This is most likely going to be a shorter episode since we just recorded on Saturday. Was that Saturday?
Yeah.
So much has happened in the world since we recorded on Saturday. We have not yet been given a shelter-in-place mandate, but social distancing and lots of places are closed. And yeah, lots of stuff going on. So just a reminder to be safe, to reach out to those who might need assistance, and just make wise choices. You know, if your elderly neighbor needs some groceries, you can totally go pick up groceries and put them on her porch or his porch so that they can then have what they need without risking their health by you potentially exposing them. You know, so just make wise choices. You know, they're telling us to do social distancing. Do it. I mean, you know, like I said last week, if you get sick, it may not hurt you that much, but the people that you potentially expose and infect, it could be really bad for them. So, just make wise choices. Stay home. We all have plenty of craft stuff to do, so get your crafts out and do them. And we wish the best to those of you who are all of a sudden thrown into homeschooling, because it's definitely a journey to learn, to figure out how to make that work for your family. And you were homeschooled for 10 of your 12, well,
10.5 or 9.5?
10.5 of your K through 12 years, but we were homeschooling long before you started kindergarten. So, we send our love. If you have questions about homeschooling, we would be happy to help as much as we can, and just take care of yourselves. Okay. Well, we've got a few things to show you, so we should probably get started. Here we go.
And now we're going to talk about what is on her needles.
Sock still, but getting closer to finishing. This is the force is strong with these socks, aka Luke and Leia Sky Sockers. This is from my French Vanilla Cappuccino sock pattern on US 1.5, 2.5 mil needles, and the yarn is Countess Ablaze Lady Persephone sock in the Stardust colorway.
Where's my name credit?
Oh yes, Dammy came up with the name for the socks.
Do I get royalties from Lucasfilm now?
No. So I started knitting on these, well, I did the toe before we went and saw the new Star Wars movie. But I knit on these during the Star Wars movie and then set them aside. And so I've picked them back up, and I think I have about 20 rows in the cuff left on the first sock. So I'm getting to where I can knit a little bit more every day after my fall. What was that, about a month and a half ago now, probably?
I don't know. Time is fake. Yeah.
I don't even know. Like, I was so confused today when I realized it was Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So I am being able to knit a little bit more every day. Yeah. So I am working on these, and that's the only thing I'm actively knitting on. So, but I do have one FO to show you. So let's move on to the next segment.
Now we're going to talk about her finished project.
I am a little Prima Hat. Sorry. Brain. This is my 11th Prima Hat for this year. From my free top-down Prima Hat pattern that you can get on Ravelry. It's on US 6's 4 mil needles, and you'll recognize the colors from last week's episode because one of the Prima Hats I showed last week, I reverse the colors. So the green was this green was the main, and this green was the pom-pom and the stripe. This is Nitpicks Wool of the Andes worsted in the green tea heather colorway, and this is Lion Brand Heartland in the Glacier Bay colorway, and I used the rest of it up. So no more Glacier Bay. So, as I said, number 11 for the year. I'll keep working on them. Since St. Patrick's Day is over now, maybe I'll move to like spring colors.
General spring colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, first day of spring.
Is tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, there is my FO for this week's episode. So.
Gosh.
Is that an animal or is it a vacuum?
It's a water heater.
Oh, a water. I hope you can't hear it. It's like this, yeah. Okay, you probably just terrified any pets that were watching this episode.
Sorry, Pink.
All right, let's move on to the next segment. Now it's time for FlossTube. What are you working on, Danny?
I'm still working on my Tomb Sweet Tomb Madame Leota pattern. I will admit I have not picked this up since Saturday because I've been rearranging my room and cleaning it and making my desk area usable, making it all nice and light and clean inside.
Yes, because you were going to be doing all of your spring classes online.
That's right.
So you needed to be able to get to your desk. But your spring quarter now doesn't start till like mid-April.
It starts on Easter Monday.
So hopefully you'll have some time to do some crafting.
Yeah.
So tell us about it.
Tomb Sweet Tomb, and on the top Tomb, T-O, half of an M.
I thought it said Ton dot Sweet Tomb.
Yes.
and
this is the Madame Leota Tomb Sweet Tomb pattern by the Witchy Stitcher.
And then so underneath Tomb Sweet Tomb you have Madame Leota. Ready? Boop boop. There wasn't a FO picture with a kit, so.
Well, I mean there is. It's just stapled to the front of the envelope.
Oh, okay. And then you were telling me what you were going to probably work on next. Do you know who the designer is?
No.
You want to just briefly tell them what it is?
It's a chibi Rapunzel and Pascal little pattern.
Okay. So, you have fabric. You probably have most of the floss, or if not, you might be able to adjust, because then the nice thing about a lot of the DMC colors is you can like go up a number or down a number and it's still the same color. It's just a little lighter or a little darker. Mm-hmm. So you might be able to do that without having to get out and go to the store, because we're trying to avoid leaving the flat as much as possible. Although currently the Dr. Hubs is still working. I'm having like a weird hair day. Sorry, y'all. The Dr. Hubs is still being required to work. He is not able at this point to work from home. So we just cross our fingers and say a lot of prayers that he doesn't get exposed, which if you're a new reviewer, you might not know that he works with the homeless population in Seattle. So that puts him at he's at a higher risk of being exposed just because of that. So thank you to everyone who, I should have said this at the start of the episode, but thank you to everyone who's reached out to check on us and just, are sending good thoughts and prayers and all those things. So we really do appreciate that a lot. So, okay. You guys, I put Emily's house in timeout because I just was not feeling it. Mm. So I will go back to it at some point, but not today. So the two things I did work on this since we recorded on Saturday are my Silver Creek samplers, my Christmas list. And I'm going to show you, I finished right here. I'll show it to you. So my next thing will be Old Saint Nick. And like right here-ish is the halfway point. So I'm getting really close. Okay, so here we go. Oops. So I think since last time we recorded, I did Pies and Cookies. And then I started on Old Saint Nick because I needed 8 more stitches for my semi-sane stitchers thing, which I'll tell you about in just a minute. But so I'm making good progress. So I will work on Old Saint Nick and sorry. So see right here is the halfway point. So like part of the piece word and about half of the dove and a little bit of the word peppermint are the halfway points. So my goal would be to, by the time we record next week, to have Santa done and the words Old Saint Nick and the snowflake that's by those words. So that's where I am on that one. And then the other thing that I've been working on is It's Spring Fever by Blackbird Designs. And as I told y'all before, this is a project that my friend Melissa from Stitch Group started in DMC flosses on this fabric and then didn't like. So she decided to start on a new piece of fabric with fancy floss. But she didn't want to rip this out. So she brought it to group and asked if anybody would want it to work on. And so I took it so that I can stitch it for my mom. So here is where I'm at. Yes, I do too. I'm not sure what it is. I'm pretty sure it's an 8.
Delicious.
I'm pretty sure it's an 18 count. We had to stop for a second because landscaping decided to come do their stuff.
It's like Wednesday is the day for everyone to do landscaping stuff.
Yes.
This always happened in Edinburgh.
Yep. So I think it's an 18 count even weave of some sort, but I'm not 100% sure. So I think when we recorded last time, I had done part of this kind of basket of stuff here. So I finished it, and I also did this plant up here. So now all I have left is the border, which is on one side and the bottom. So I made a lot of progress on this yesterday because when you can't leave the house, you get a lot of stitching time. So, yeah. So yeah, I just need to do the side border and the bottom border. So I will get back to work on that. And then I think when I finish that one, I am going to start that new one of the new patterns that I showed on the last episode, the coffee one with the sheep.
Oh, yeah.
Delivering the coffee or delivering the beans.
Beans.
Whatever it's called. I think that's
it has beans.
I think that's what I'm gonna work on next. So, okay, and then I said I would tell you about Semi-Sane Stitchers. So this is a Facebook group where there's all kinds of different challenges. I'm participating in 2 of them. One of the ones I'm participating in is background certificates, which there's locations and you have to do X number of stitches to get your certificate for that location. Mm-hmm. And I finished one last night.
St. Basil.
I finished St. Basil's Cathedral in Moscow.
Moscow.
For doing 2,190 stitches, which is the number of days that it took to build it.
That's a long time.
That is a very long time. And then I'm continuing to work on mapping your literary journey, where you take a book and you do 25 stitches for every page. And I am on book number 2 of doing this. I think I'm about probably a third of the way through the book stitching wise. So I'm making progress on that. Okay, I think that is everything for FlossTube. So let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, Yummies. What are Yummies, Dammy?
Yummies are our current favorite things, things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. We got our Mitt Crate box, which they send to us every month. You haven't even seen it.
No, you didn't show it to me.
I did not show it to you.
Ooh.
Feel it.
Ooh.
So, this is, oh, how do you say that?
La Brebis.
La Brebis like alpaca in the dogwood berry colorway. It's 100% baby alpaca.
Baby.
There's some fuzz on it. It's fingering weight 400 yards, 365 meters to 100 grams. And it is so soft, you guys. I'm just going to cuddle it. Soft alpaca, warm alpaca, big ball of fur.
Okay.
That's beautiful. It's got a little bit of tonal aspect to it. And then they also sent some stitch markers, locking stitch markers, and point protectors. And then here is the book. So so those are the other colors. So this is the color we got, this one. That's the sock one. So there are 4 patterns, 2 knit and 2 crochet. The first is the
Decumani.
Hat and Cowl by
Renate Kam.
who is
Oberpfälzerin.
on Ravelry. So this is inspired by the cobblestone walkways of ancient Napoli. So it's an intermediate skill level. There are 4 hat sizes and 2 cowl sizes. Here it is. So it's just a nice textured pattern. And then we have a crochet pattern, Seashell Capelet, designed by
Safa Amin from Safa Crochet.
She's Safa Amin on Ravelry. So this is also an intermediate pattern in 3 sizes. It's really pretty. That's just a nice little layering piece. And then there is a knitting pattern, the Heartleaf Socks by Nicole Bracey, and she is Hello Woolfield on Ravelry. It's cuffed down with a leaf-like lace pattern. Intermediate skill level, 5 sizes. And then there is crochet socks called the Rhythmic Ramblings by Jenny Newman of Just Jen Designs. She is Scoots on Ravelry, and it is also an intermediate pattern, 5 sizes, worked toe up. Let's see if I can show y'all without showing the actual pattern. And then next month, Luminous is the theme.
Mm.
So thank you so much to Mitt Crate for sending us this yummy yarn. And they have given us a coupon code to give to y'all. The coupon code is all capital letters, Geeky, and the number's 20, Geeky 20, Geeky 20, for 20% off your first order. It will work. It will only work to discount the first month of a recurring monthly subscription and any of their shop items. If you go to our show notes,
geekygirlsknit.com,
there is a link that you can go to. It's got a bunch of like letters and numbers in it, which is why we don't say the link. So if you just go to our website, you'll get the link there. I got something so yummy, made me so happy from Love You More Studios. I love their thank you card. Isn't that cute? And they are loveyoummorestudios.com. With your order, you always get a bookmark. And this time I got the Mrs. Darcy bookmark. She prefers one shot for her latte. She wants honey syrup with almond milk. They proudly serve Elizabeth Bennet. They do these coffee order bookmarks in every order. So what did I get? I got a book sleeve. You ready? Winnie the Pooh and Piglet. How cute are they? And inside is honey. And I showed this to the Dr. Hubs after it came, and he thought it was a laptop sleeve. And I was like, oh, I wonder, my laptop fits in it. So I could totally use it for that. It's a little bit, like it hangs out just a little bit, like maybe half an inch, but yeah. So I'm so excited. This is my second Love You More Studios book sleeve, and I love it so much. So Winnie the Pooh and Piglet, flowers, very springy, made me very happy when it arrived, and the bookmark just cracks me up. So, do you have any yummies this week, Dammy?
Pink is yummy.
Yes, we will talk more about Pink Pearl in a little bit. And it's a yummy that you're home.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it would be amazing if all the students could be at school where they need to be, but I am happy that you're home.
Mm-hmm.
So, mixed emotions there. Mixed emotions. So, okay, well then let's talk about hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. What is it, Dammy?
It stands for Geeky Girls Knit Crafty Photo a Day Challenge. We have a list of photo prompts for each month. You take a look at the prompt for that day, take a picture related to it, and post it anywhere you like. But we pick our favorites from Instagram. And since it was only 3 days since we last recorded, I decided to not edit any pictures because I'm the one that does the editing.
Yes.
I was like, I just did this.
So, we're continuing. We've got try so hard not to touch my face. A couple of weeks-ish left in March, and March is colors. That's the theme.
I thought that was a question.
No. March is colors.
That's a question.
March is colors.
You like March's colors? If you go up at the end, sounds like a question.
I just wanted you to affirm it.
March's colors.
Yes, March is colors for the theme. And then we haven't released the April list yet. And last time we recorded, I was like, I don't know what April's theme is. I looked. April is numbers, which is another one of our, after alphabet soup, numbers is probably my second favorite month of prompts. So, but we're very cheater friendly on this. All you do is take a look at the prompt for the day. Do you know what today's prompt is? No, because you didn't do pictures. Today is rainbow. You take a picture related to it. Like I said, we're very cheater friendly. You interpret it however you wish. We could take a picture of Dammy's shirt because it's rainbow. And you post it on Instagram. Make sure in the caption you use hashtag GGKCraftyPad because that's how we find your photos. If you have a private account on Instagram and you're participating in GGK Crafty Pad, you need to make sure that Dammy's Doodles on Instagram is following you. Just send her a PM because otherwise we can't see your photos. So, yes. Okay. Upcoming events that we'll potentially be attending because who knows with what's going on in the world right now. But we'll tell you about them anyway. First up is the Pacific Northwest Yarn Crawl, which is Thursday the 30th of April through Sunday the 3rd of May. There are 9 shops plus a pop-up shop. And there is more info at pnwyarncrawl.com. The other event is the Grazing Hills Fiberfest in Viola, Idaho. It's Saturday and Sunday, the 11th and 12th of July. And I will be teaching a continental knitting class on Saturday, the 11th from 10 to noon. More information is at ghfiberfest.com. And as always, everything we talk about, there is more info about in the show notes. So check it out and you will be able to find out all the details. All right, let's move on to the next segment.
talk about what we are reading, watching, and listening to.
So what are you reading?
This pattern. Looking for reading descriptions of my textbooks online. And I decided to pick back up Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. And I'm also reading The Glass Scientists, which is a webcomic by Sabrina Katingo.
How far into Little Women are you? Do you remember? Have you been getting your 15 minutes a day in?
Sure.
Have you really?
Am I not allowed to sometimes not do it? Am I not allowed a break?
No.
Pink's not been getting her 15 minutes a day in. Talk to her.
She lays with me while I read at night.
That doesn't count.
Do I need to start reading to her? She listens to audiobooks with me. That counts.
Until I see her holding a book with her own two front paws.
So what am I referencing with the 15 minutes a day?
January, February, March. Wow. Read along.
So this is a challenge for you to read 15 minutes a day every day. There is seasonal alongs as well as a year-long challenge. All the details are in the show notes as well as in the Ravelry group. And we will do 3 grand prize winners at the start of 2021.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I'm continuing to reread the 5th book in the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, along with the Harry Potter and the Sacred Text podcast and Swish and Flick and All Potter podcast. And this week was the second half of the chapter, The Woes of Mrs. Weasley, on the Swish and Flick podcast. So we'll start a new chapter for next week. I'm still reading Permission Granted, Be Who You Were Made to Be and Let Go of the Rest by Melissa Kamara Wilkins. I finished reading book 17 of the Cat ... series by Lillian Jackson Braun. I finished listening to book number 2 of the Detective Harriet Blue series by James Patterson and Candace Fox. The 3rd book is not available from our library as audio, but I have the digital to read it. So that'll be the next one I read after I finish what I'm currently reading, which is the J.P. Beaumont series by J.A. Jance. I finished books 19 and 20, and I'm reading book 21. We are now up to 2010 in the books.
Oh, no.
So we're getting closer to, current time. Contrasted with where the series started, which was I think back in the 80s. But it's based in...
J.P. Beaumont is still solving crimes?
He is. In this book, he just had double knee replacement surgery. But he is trying to solve a cold case that was his very first case as a homicide detective.
Oh, back to his roots.
Yes. Okay, watching. Silent Witness Series 18. We're watching Season 3 of The Good Place. What do you think? Because you haven't watched... You've only watched, 2 or 3 episodes?
I've watched bits and pieces of all the episodes.
Yeah. And she's like, wait, what's happening? Wait, what's going on? Because she hadn't watched it all with us.
What is Janet?
Janet is an AI.
And what is Michael?
Michael, he is an architect.
What?
The Bad Place.
Okay, so why is he helping them? Because
he decided he decided to trick them into thinking they were in the good place and tormenting them to try to but doing things within the construct of this good place neighborhood, which is actually the bad place, to torment them. Because the architects come up with ways to torment the people that are in the bad place.
So he's not helping them?
He is helping them because they figured it all out, and now he's trying to be good and help them get to the good place. Okay. There you go. We are watching season 6 of NCIS New Orleans. Watching Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist Season 1. Oh my goodness, all the tears. I was crying and crying and crying. And then I forced Dammy to watch Lauren Graham be fantastic singing
TikTok by Kesha.
Yes, and she made Pink Pearl dance. It was very funny.
I don't think I did this right.
Uh-oh.
I think I'm one stitch off.
Oh, no.
Just on this letter.
Oh, good. Okay.
You keep talking.
I'll keep talking. Watching Season 5 of Supergirl, Season 7 of When Calls the Heart, Season 5 of Outlander. Do you know what happened in this episode, Dammy? Kitty Adso. And so fluffy and so cute. And
why is his name Adso?
Adso. I don't know, but that's what Jamie named him. Or her. I don't know if the kitty is a boy or a girl kitty.
Okay.
Adso.
Is this Kitty in the books?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. But yes, ADSO. Adso.
Okay.
So, very cute. Watching Season 1 of Prodigal Son. Season 15 of Supernatural came back. And now I'm watching Season 1 of The Masked Singer. I know. I watched it in a very confusing order. Got caught up in Season 3 and then watched Season 2 and now I'm watching Season 1.
Are you having a lot of fun?
I am. But I also still have to watch Season 3 as the new episodes come out. So. I'm trying to think who was unmasked yesterday while I was watching. Margaret Cho and who was it?
Terry Bradshaw.
No, that was the day before. I think.
Pretty sure that was yesterday.
Was that all the days are running together, you guys? And then listening to, of course, my favorite murder podcast. They did a maxi mini-sode.
What does that mean?
It was long. It was like a regular length episode, but it was the mini-sode. Because they talked about...
What did they do in the mini-sode?
They talked about the coronavirus for like the first half.
Oh.
And then they read hometown stories, which is what they normally do in a mini-sode. So. As well as my CC's Faves playlist on Spotify. Link in the show notes. What are you listening to?
Cabin Pressure, random Spotify playlist.
Yes. All right. I think that's everything. So let's move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about our March, April, May should be spring owl. Yes. So this started on the 1st of March and it runs through the 31st of May, and it's for any project that you knit, crochet, weave, spin, stitch, or sew that you could convince us is related to spring. If you can't think of anything, you made it in the spring.
Like, I'm making this in the spring, except for it wouldn't count though, because...
You started it before? Yeah, you started in December.
I did.
Bad. So there are a couple rules. One is that no wimps are allowed. So your project can't have been begun before March 1st and then finished no later than May 31st. The other main rule is that any project that you knit, crochet, weave, or spin that is... Each project that you knit, crochet, weave, or spin must be at least 20 yards. If your project is not at least 20 yards, you need to group it in a single post together with other projects that together total at least 20 yards. For stitching and sewing projects, it's up to your best judgment. Feel free to poly different other owls as long as it meets in with those rules. We've got lots of lovely prizes on our screen. Thank you so much to our donors. If you are interested in donating a prize, you can PM Java Pearl on Ravelry or email us at geekygirlsknit@gmail.com. And if you want to get closer looks at our prizes or see where they came from, you can go to our show notes, geekygirlsknit.com, or tune in to the first podcast of every month where we talk about them in detail. You must be a member of the Geeky Girls Knit podcast group on Ravelry in order to participate. There's a hashtag if you'd like to tag your projects or post on social media. It's GGKCS Spring 20. The FO thread will be left on the morning of the 1st of June, and winners will be drawn for the next podcast. After that, any winners will have 30 days to claim their prize or they forfeit it. There's a chatter thread on Ravelry where I congratulate people who finish projects, but I also do that here. So, Elsa and M, Philippa MC, Little Mermaid, Mary Beth 1199, and Meditative Crafter.
Great job. Keep working on those projects. You have like 2.5-ish months to go. Thank you to those of you who have claimed your prizes from the Winter Wonderland Owl. If you entered, you should go back and watch the episode from the weekend. And thank you to everybody that so far for being patient and understanding why we haven't mailed out stuff yet. Mm-hmm. Because, yes, social distancing. Especially international prize winners. I have to go into the post office versus just dropping off them in a box. So, yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to the next segment.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls, the part of our show where you ask us things and we try to answer them.
Yes, what is this week's question?
So this week's question was originally asked and answered in 2014. So Kate from Knit Crazy Kate from Nebraska asks, do you have any pets? Oh.
Ta-da!
Stop!
Last time we answered this question, we did not have any pets.
Stop!
Okay. This is Pink Pearl Almond. Her is 4 years old, and her's about to have her second Gotcha Day anniversary. Yeah. She's our sweet baby kitty. She's a very squeaky meow.
Want a meow?
No, it went down.
Please.
She likes to bring toys to us in the middle of the night and cry because she wants us to get up and play with her. She loves Mr. Sunshine.
She was just passed out in the sun from our patio door.
Yes. She loves catnip.
She loves stinky tuna.
Yeah. She has feline epilepsy. And so sometimes we have scary times.
She hates kisses, but... And she also can have nice. Un-airplane your ears, please.
Hey, baby, it's all right. She loves the Dr. Hubs. He's her Bubba.
He's her favorite.
He is. And he is not a cat person. But he's a Pink Pearl person. She sleeps on him every night.
She is not declawed.
No.
But she is spayed.
That's right.
Spay and neuter your pets.
What's the thing that the guy from Price is Right used to say? Help control the pet population. Spay and neuter your pets.
Sure.
He would say it at the end of every Price is Right episode.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, I like that.
Yes.
Did I not clip his claw? I thought I did.
Oh no, Dammy missed one.
Oh no.
She has to be a burrito baby when her claws get clipped.
Yeah, she hates it. She also hates baths.
Yes, she does.
And she's a little bit chunky.
She's fluffy. And
what are you doing?
Her voice is, what's the name of the character from Mr. Rogers?
I don't know.
Henrietta Kitty or whatever. I didn't realize that was what I was doing to make her voice until we watched the documentary thing. Meow.
Here we go.
Are you meow meowing? Okay, hi people. I am Pink Pearl, the podcast. My name was Pink when Mama and Dammy came and got me from the Humane Society. That's big words. And I come to live with him. And I loved him most of the time. They gave me the middle name of Paul, P-U-R-L, I can spell, because they like to knit. But y'all know that because you watch the podcast. And I am Pink Pearl, the podcast. I'm so cute. She's so out of it because she was sound asleep. Okay, would you like to tell them anything else? Meow, meow. Dammy, if somebody... we should say thank you first to Kate. Thank you, Kate, for asking about me. From 2014. Even then, I wasn't even alive then.
Oh.
Meow, meow, Dammy. If somebody have a question about me, or about Bubba, or Mama, or you, what should they do?
Go to our Ask the Geeky Girls thread in our Ravelry group and post it.
Or post it in the comments of the YouTube video and we'll copy and paste it over. We answer questions in the order they come in. And thus far, in how many ever years we've been answering questions, there has not been one that we have not been willing to answer. All right.
Ow. I did that to myself.
You did. Let's move on to the next segment. One more day.
No.
One day more. We made it to the end of the show.
Yes.
I forgot that I was the one that says something. Yay, we made it. A couple of reminders. First is Threads Entwined, which is a cross-stitch needlework shop online at threadsentwined.com. There's a link in the show notes. They have given us a coupon code 15% off until the end of May 2020 with the coupon code lowercase letters Geeky15. GEEKY15.
Threadsentwined.com.
Yes. So check that out. We should be back on our normal recording schedule starting next week. Episode 389 will go live on Friday, the 27th of March, as of our knowledge as of this moment when we're recording this episode. If it changes, we will post it in the Ravelry group and on social media and on YouTube. Okay? Any other announcements?
I love pink.
I love pink too. You should stay tuned after the credits for a very funny video from Dammy. Well, I'm here too, but Dammy and Pink Pearl had fun. Okay, Dammy. We'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who supports the podcast. We love you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of us. We wouldn't do this without you. So if you would like to support the podcast financially, because it does cost money to do the podcast, we've got shipping for like all those prizes that we gave out last week, technology, other things that are slipping my mind at this moment. But there is a cost to doing the podcast. So if you'd like to help support the podcast financially, there's 3 ways you can do that. The first and the main one is Patreon, which is a site where you pledge a certain amount a month to your favorite creatives and you earn rewards back based on the level you donate at. You and I are going to sit down and work out what the changes that we're going to make to our Patreon rewards tiers is going to be. Mm-hmm. We just have not done that yet because, you know, as we said, Dammy just got moved back home and she's been unpacking and all kinds of stuff. And so we will get that done. Maybe we can plan to do that next week so that way we can announce them on next week's episode. Mm-hmm. Okay. Dammy, if somebody wants to know more about Patreon or wants to sign up, where should they go?
Patreon.com/geekygirlsknit.
What's another way?
There's a PayPal button in the sidebar of our website if you would like to make a one-time donation.
And we are Amazon.com.co.uk and .ca affiliates. If you're going to shop on Amazon, if you go to our website first, look either in the sidebar or at the bottom of the show notes, and there are links to the different Amazons. Choose the one for your country, do your shopping as normal, and we'll earn a little money back based on what you purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it's a great way to support the podcast by doing something you'd be doing anyway, especially right now with more shopping being online in the midst of the coronavirus. This is a great way to continue to support the podcast. Mm-hmm. Dammy, why don't you tell them where they can find us online?
You can find us at geekygirlsnet.com. There's our links to everywhere else we are online: YouTube, iTunes, Ravelry, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
Yes. Well, with that, we're going to tell you goodbye. We hope you have a lovely rest of your week. Stay safe, stay healthy, make wise choices, check on your friends and family. If you have not called your parents since all this started, check on your parents. Let them know you're safe and make sure they're safe. If they're still with us. And yeah, hopefully this madness, craziness, chaos will end soon. But in the meantime, stay creative. I know for me, especially, my anxiety has been kind of, I think she jumped in her box. She loves cardboard boxes. That's something we didn't tell them. She loves cardboard boxes. She thinks she's safe. That's her like safe zone. So like if we're trying to pick her up for some reason, a lot of times she'll run and jump in the box and be like, you can't get me now. Yeah. I know my anxiety level has been pretty high in the midst of all this, and one of the main things that's keeping me grounded is knitting and cross stitching. So take time for things that make you happy. Reading, that's another thing. I've done a lot of reading. Yeah, stay safe. And we will be back with you again next time. Until then, happy crafting. Bye.
Bye.
Dammy is going to reenact the moment from Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist, but we aren't playing the song because then our video would get taken down for copyright violations. So, Dammy, you can only do a snippet.
Wake up in the morning, feeling like P. Diddy. Something out the door, I'm gonna hit this city. Before I leave, brush my teeth with a bottle of Jack. Thanks when I leave for the day. I am coming back. I'm talking pedicures on my toes. Something, close. Something. Tick-tock on the clock. Party don't stop. Okay, bye.
The party stopped. The party stopped, and Dammy has pink curl fur in her mouth. Bye.